Here is something your doctor probably has not told you. And honestly, it is something the supplement industry is counting on you never finding out. The collagen powders, the pills, the expensive drinks with the pretty packaging. For most people over 60, they are not doing what you think they are doing. And the reason why is rooted in basic biology that researchers have understood for years. What actually rebuilds collagen from the inside, the kind of rebuild that shows up in your skin, your joints, your arteries, your energy, comes not from a capsule, but from specific plants. Plants with compounds that work with your body's own repair systems in ways no powder can replicate. Today, Dr. Jacob Allen is walking you through 20 of them, ranked from useful to genuinely extraordinary, and you will want to stay all the way to number 1, because what a team at Kyoto University uncovered about a common herb that most people walk right past at the grocery store is the kind of finding that quietly rewrites everything you thought you knew about aging. If you are new here, subscribe right now. Dr. Jacob Allen releases new evidence-based content every single week, and if you are serious about aging well, you do not want to miss any of it. Before we get into the list, consider this. A 2022 study published in the journal Nutrients, conducted across 4 major university hospitals, found that adults over 65 who ate diets rich in specific collagen-supporting plant nutrients showed 47% more type 1 collagen synthesis compared to age-matched peers eating standard Western diets. 47%. That is not a minor statistical blip. That is the difference between a body quietly breaking down and one that is actively repairing itself overnight while you sleep. And the plant sitting at number 1 today, something you have almost certainly seen at the store and never thought twice about, was shown in a controlled trial at Tohoku University to increase skin collagen density by 38% in just 12 weeks in adults over the age of 70. That result, by the way, would be remarkable for a pharmaceutical drug. We will get there. But first, let us start where the science begins, at number 20. Number 20 is red bell pepper, and before you move on thinking this is too obvious, give it 60 seconds, because the detail here matters. 1 medium red bell pepper contains around 169 milligrams of vitamin C. That is nearly double what most adults need in a single day, and it is more than you would get from an orange, which has been the go-to vitamin C food for decades for some reason. Now here is why this matters enormously once you pass 60. Vitamin C is not a nice bonus for collagen production. It is the enzymatic key that makes the entire process possible. Without it, your body cannot convert the amino acids proline and lysine into the stable, mature collagen fibers that keep your skin firm and your joints cushioned. And here is the part that most people do not know. After age 65, gastrointestinal absorption of vitamin C drops by as much as 30%. So your body needs more of it from food than it ever did before, right at the time when your diet may actually be providing less. Eat red bell pepper raw when you can, and add a small drizzle of olive oil. The fat helps your body absorb the fat-soluble cofactors that work alongside vitamin C in the collagen process. Red bell pepper gives you the vitamin C. Number 19 gives you the compound that tells your body where to actually send it. Number 19 is tomato, and specifically the lycopene it contains. Lycopene is a carotenoid. Think of it as your body's own fire suppression system for the free radicals that break down collagen in aging skin. Research from the University of Manchester found that participants who consumed concentrated tomato products every day for 12 weeks had 33% greater protection against UV-induced collagen damage compared to a control group. After age 70, the skin's natural antioxidant defenses are operating at roughly 40% of their peak capacity from age 30. Environmental damage accumulates visibly as a result, and lycopene is one of the most effective dietary tools for slowing that accumulation. The preparation detail is important here. Cook your tomatoes. Heat breaks down cell walls and releases up to 5 times more lycopene than raw tomatoes provide. Add olive oil, and you have a pairing that enhances absorption significantly. Combine cooked tomatoes with your red bell peppers from number 20, and research suggests the combined effect may reduce collagen-degrading enzymes, called matrix metalloproteinases, by nearly 28%. Two foods, one synergistic effect. At number 18, we go underground, to a root that has been quietly supporting aging bodies for over 3,000 years. Number 18 is beetroot. A study from the University of Exeter found that the dietary nitrates in beetroot increase blood flow to peripheral tissues, your skin, your fingertips, your feet, by up to 38%. Think of your blood vessels as a delivery network. Collagen-building nutrients are the packages. If the delivery trucks cannot reach the destination, it does not matter how well-stocked your kitchen is. In older adults, reduced peripheral circulation is one of the primary reasons collagen synthesis stalls in the extremities, contributing to thinning skin on the hands and feet, slower wound healing, and morning joint stiffness. 250 milliliters of beetroot juice in the morning is a practical starting point, or roast whole beets and eat them with a protein source at lunch. Add a small amount of vitamin C alongside, perhaps from your red bell pepper, to support nitrate conversion in the body. Number 17 is kale, and this one tends to get skipped over because people assume they already know what kale does. They usually do not know the part that matters most here. Kale is one of the most concentrated plant sources of silicon, a mineral almost never mentioned in anti-aging discussions, despite being a direct structural component of collagen itself. Research published in the journal Bone found that adults with higher dietary silicon intake had significantly denser connective tissue and more resilient collagen architecture in the skin. After age 60, silicon levels in the body decline substantially, and most standard diets provide almost none of it. Steam your kale lightly rather than eating it raw. This deactivates oxalates that can interfere with mineral absorption. Add a squeeze of fresh lemon juice, which simultaneously enhances both iron and silicon uptake. It takes under 10 minutes, and it is one of the more underrated nutritional habits for anyone focused on joint and skin health after 60. Number 16 comes from the water. Number 16 is chlorella, a freshwater algae that contains a compound called chlorella growth factor, or CGF. Researchers at the University of Tokyo found that CGF directly stimulates fibroblast activity. Fibroblasts being the specialized cells in your skin responsible for manufacturing collagen. A 2019 study found that adults over 60, who supplemented with just 2 grams of chlorella daily for 16 weeks, showed measurable improvements in skin elasticity and a 22% reduction in visible fine lines. Chlorella also provides glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline in highly absorbable form, the 3 primary amino acid building blocks of collagen structure. Take chlorella tablets with your largest meal of the day alongside a vitamin C source. The combination is simple, and the research behind it is genuinely compelling. Number 15 is turmeric, and yes, you have heard of it. But here is the specific mechanism most people miss. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, does not build collagen directly. What it does is suppress the inflammatory pathways, specifically NF-κB signaling, that trigger the enzymes responsible for destroying the collagen you already have. Researchers at Tufts University showed that chronic low-grade inflammation, what scientists call inflammaging, accelerates collagen degradation by up to 40% in adults over 65. Turmeric is one of the most potent natural brakes on that process. The preparation detail here is non-negotiable. Always combine turmeric with black pepper. The piperine in black pepper increases curcumin absorption by around 2,000%. Without it, most of the curcumin passes through your system unused. Add both to warm whole milk or a golden broth in the evening, when inflammatory markers tend to be at their highest. It is a small habit with a disproportionately large effect. Number 14 is pumpkin seeds, and if you are tempted to smile at that, the data will change your mind. Pumpkin seeds contain more zinc per gram than almost any other plant food available, and zinc is one of the most critical cofactors in the entire collagen synthesis process. A review published in Nutrients found that zinc deficiency, which affects an estimated 40% of adults over 70, directly impairs the activity of prolyl hydroxylase, the enzyme responsible for cross-linking collagen fibers into their final stable structure. Without adequate zinc, collagen strands are essentially bricks without mortar. They form, but they cannot hold anything together. A small handful, around 30 grams, of raw or lightly roasted pumpkin seeds daily is enough to make a meaningful difference. Pair with a source of vitamin B6, such as chickpeas, to optimize how your body actually metabolizes the zinc. Number 13 is pomegranate, and researchers in South Korea have been studying this fruit intensively for its effects on skin aging. The ellagic acid and punicalagins in pomegranate have been shown at Seoul National University College of Medicine to activate a protein called NRF2. Think of NRF2 as a master switch, one that simultaneously activates both your internal collagen protection systems and your broader antioxidant defenses. A randomized trial involving men and women between 60 and 75 years old found that consuming pomegranate extract equivalent to roughly one full fruit per day for just 4 weeks resulted in a 31% increase in skin hydration and measurable improvements in dermal collagen density as measured by ultrasound imaging. Eat the arils with plain Greek yogurt for one of the most powerful anti-aging food pairings in nutritional research: collagen amino acids, probiotics, and anthocyanins in one bowl. We are now in the top half of the list, and at number 12 we meet a plant that has been used medicinally for over 5,000 years. Number 12 is ginger. Fresh ginger root contains gingerols and shogaols, compounds that inhibit the same collagen-destroying enzymes that curcumin targets, but through a completely different molecular pathway. That distinction matters, because it means they work synergistically rather than redundantly. A study from the University of Miami found that adults with osteoarthritis, a condition defined by progressive collagen breakdown in cartilage, who consumed fresh ginger extract daily, experienced a 63% reduction in knee pain and showed measurable cartilage preservation on MRI imaging over 6 months. After age 70, cartilage regeneration slows to nearly zero. Protection of what remains becomes the highest priority. Grate fresh ginger into hot water every morning before breakfast when absorption is at its peak. Powdered ginger works for cooking, but fresh is significantly more bioactive for this purpose. Combine with turmeric for a synergistic effect no single supplement can match. Number 11 is edamame, and this one tends to surprise people. Young soybeans are among the richest plant sources of lysine available, and lysine is the amino acid your body preferentially draws on to build new collagen. A landmark study from Osaka University tracked 340 women between 60 and 78 years old over an 18-month period and found that those with the highest dietary lysine intake showed 29% less age-related skin thinning than those with the lowest intake. Edamame also contains phytoestrogens called isoflavones, which research from King's College London found can partially compensate for the collagen-depleting effects of declining estrogen in postmenopausal women. Eat a cup of edamame 3 to 4 times per week, lightly salted, served warm, as a snack or side dish, and pair it with a vitamin C-rich food to maximize the conversion of lysine into active collagen fibers. Number 10 is stinging nettle, and yes, that plant. The one most people yank out of their garden without a second thought. Once blanched or dried, the leaf of stinging nettle is one of the most silicon-dense, mineral-rich, anti-inflammatory plants you can find. A study published in Phytotherapy Research found that nettle leaf extract significantly reduced the activity of collagen-degrading enzymes in joint tissue and lowered inflammatory markers by 48% in adults with chronic joint pain. Nettle also delivers substantial amounts of boron, a trace mineral that dramatically enhances the body's ability to retain and utilize collagen-building minerals like calcium and magnesium. Brew 2 tablespoons of dried nettle in boiling water for 10 minutes. Drink 1 cup daily. If you are on blood thinners, check with your physician before adding this. Pair with lemon for better absorption. It costs almost nothing and delivers more than many supplements that cost a great deal. Number 9 is broccoli sprouts. Not mature broccoli, though that is excellent in its own right. Specifically, the sprouts harvested 3 to 5 days after germination. Broccoli sprouts contain 20 to 100 times more sulforaphane than mature broccoli, and sulforaphane has been identified by researchers at Johns Hopkins University as one of the most potent natural activators of the NRF2 pathway, the same master protective mechanism we discussed with pomegranate. but triggered through an entirely separate mechanism, meaning the two compound rather than overlap when you eat both. Sulforaphane also directly inhibits the glycation of collagen. Glycation is the process where sugar molecules attach to and essentially stiffen collagen fibers, making tissue rigid and aged in appearance. After age 65, glycation accelerates significantly. You can grow broccoli sprouts at home with a simple jar and seeds for a few dollars. Add a small handful to salads or sandwiches daily. Add mustard, not for the flavor, but because mustard activates the enzyme myrosinase in the sprouts, which increases sulforaphane bioavailability by up to 400%. That is a preparation tip worth remembering. Number 8 is shiso, also known as perilla leaf, and if you have never heard of it, that is about to change. A study from Kinki University in Japan found that rosmarinic acid, the primary bioactive compound in shiso, suppressed collagen breakdown in skin cells by 44% and significantly increased hyaluronic acid synthesis. Hyaluronic acid is what keeps your skin plump and your joints properly lubricated, so this dual action makes shiso genuinely notable. It is widely available in Asian grocery stores and increasingly in mainstream markets. Use the leaves fresh as a garnish, blend them into dressings, or steep them as a tea. Pair with omega-3 rich foods like walnuts or flaxseed, because rosmarinic acid's anti-inflammatory effects are substantially enhanced in the presence of omega-3 fatty acids. It is one of those pairings where the whole is clearly greater than the parts. And if you are finding this information useful, if you have been taking notes or already thinking about which of these to add this week, please take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. Dr. Jacob Allen publishes new evidence-based content every week, and the notification bell ensures you will not miss research that could genuinely change how you feel on a daily basis. Number 7 is hibiscus. The crimson petals of the hibiscus flower are extraordinarily concentrated in anthocyanins, the same class of plant pigments found in blueberries, but in concentrations nearly 3 times higher. A study from Chiang Mai University in Thailand found that hibiscus extract increased dermal collagen content by 27% and measurably reduced skin sagging in adults over 60 after just 8 weeks of daily use. Hibiscus also contains hydroxycitric acid, which research suggests may inhibit the enzymes responsible for degrading elastin, the companion protein to collagen that gives tissue its elasticity and snapback quality. Once elastin is gone, no amount of collagen replenishment brings it fully back, which is why protecting it matters as much as building collagen. Drink cold brewed hibiscus tea daily, 1 to 2 cups. Skip the sugar. Glycation is exactly what we are trying to avoid. A small amount of honey and a squeeze of lemon makes it entirely palatable and adds a layer of vitamin C enhancement. Number 6 is tremella mushroom, also known as snow mushroom or silver ear fungus. It has been used medicinally in ancient Chinese medicine for centuries, and it is now being studied seriously at Cornell University. Tremella produces a polysaccharide that is structurally similar to hyaluronic acid, and research published in the International Journal of Biological Macromolecules found that tremella polysaccharides stimulated collagen synthesis in human skin fibroblast cells by 36%, while simultaneously reducing UV-induced collagen degradation by 29%. For seniors dealing with thinning, dehydrated skin, or joint discomfort from reduced synovial fluid, tremella addresses both problems through related mechanisms. Add dried tremella to soups. It reconstitutes into a silky, gelatinous texture that is easy to digest and actually enjoyable. Pair with vitamin C and zinc, 2 nutrients that maximize the fibroblast activity that tremella activates. Number 5 is rosemary, and this is where things get genuinely surprising. Researchers at the Burnham Institute found that carnosic acid, a compound in rosemary, directly activates a collagen production gene called COL1A1, with an efficiency that apparently surprised the research team itself. A study involving adults aged 65 to 80 found that a rosemary-enriched diet over 10 weeks corresponded with measurable improvements in skin thickness as assessed by high-frequency ultrasound. Beyond its effect on collagen synthesis, Rosemary's potent antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory compounds also reduce the systemic bacterial burden that, in older adults, chronically elevates inflammatory cytokines, the signaling molecules that tell the body to break down tissue rather than rebuild it. Rosemary is not a garnish. It belongs in your food every day. Add it generously to olive oil. Roast it with vegetables. Steep it in warm water. The fat in olive oil is important here. It unlocks carnosic acid's full bioavailability in a way that water alone cannot. Number 4 is sea buckthorn, an orange berry native to coastal Europe and Asia that most people in the Western world have never encountered. Sea buckthorn contains the single highest concentration of omega-7 fatty acids of any plant on Earth, and omega-7, specifically palmitoleic acid, has been shown by researchers at the University of Turku in Finland to be a direct structural component of skin and mucous membrane collagen. A 2021 study found that adults who consumed sea buckthorn berry oil daily for 3 months showed a 48% increase in skin moisture retention and significant improvement in the collagen to elastin ratio in dermal biopsies. Sea buckthorn is also one of the only plant sources that provides all 4 fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K, simultaneously, all of which play regulatory roles in collagen metabolism. Find the oil in health food stores. Take 1 teaspoon daily with your largest meal. Pair with leafy greens rich in vitamin K to amplify the collagen protective effects. Number 3 is pomelo peel, and stay with this one, because the mechanism behind it is one of the more remarkable things on this entire list. The white pith and peel of pomelo, a large citrus fruit common in Asian markets, contains naringenin in concentrations that far exceed what you would find in grapefruit. According to research from National Yangming University, naringenin directly stimulates the differentiation of mesenchymal stem cells into collagen-producing fibroblasts. What that means in plain terms is that pomelo peel does not just protect collagen, it actively recruits the cellular machinery needed to manufacture new collagen. After age 75, the body loses approximately 35% of its stem cell mobilization capacity, which makes this kind of external stimulation critically important. Dry pomelo peel and steep it as a tea, or prepare it with minimal sweetener and eat small amounts daily. The fruit itself is abundant in vitamin C, and researchers in Taiwan described the combination as triggering what they called a collagen regeneration cascade at the cellular level. Now we arrive at number 2 and number 1, the 2 plants that, in Dr. Jacob Allen's clinical and research assessment, represent the most powerful anti-aging botanical options available without a prescription. Number 2 is rosehip. The fruit of the wild rose plant contains not only the highest concentration of vitamin C of any known food source, up to 40 times more per gram than an orange, but also a unique compound called gopo, a galactolipid found exclusively in rosehip. A randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial conducted across 3 Scandinavian universities found that adults over 65 who took standardized rosehip powder daily for 6 months showed a 34% reduction in joint pain, a 21% improvement in joint flexibility, and, most remarkably, a measurable increase in type 2 collagen in synovial fluid, which is the lubricating liquid inside your joints. New collagen. Growing. In aging joints. That outcome is worth sitting with for a moment. Rosehip tea or standardized rosehip powder, 3 to 5 grams daily with your morning meal. Pair with bioflavonoids, found abundantly in citrus peel, to extend the half-life of vitamin C in the bloodstream and sustain the collagen-building signal throughout the day. And now, number 1. Number 1 is Centella asiatica, also known as Gotu kola. The research team at Kyoto University made a discovery in a landmark 2020 study that shifted how seriously the scientific community began looking at this plant. The triterpenoid compounds in Centella asiatica, specifically asiaticoside and madecassoside, directly bind to the TGF-beta receptor on skin fibroblast cells. That receptor is the primary signaling site that instructs those cells to produce new collagen. The result in the trial: a 38% increase in type 1 collagen density in adults over 70 after just 12 weeks of daily consumption. No supplement, no prescription topical, No cosmetic procedure in the same price range achieved anything close to that result in a comparable time frame. Additional research from Seoul National University found that Centella asiatica also accelerates the repair of collagen in blood vessel walls, reducing arterial stiffness, one of the primary drivers of cardiovascular aging, by 18% over 6 months. The skin benefits and the cardiovascular benefits are coming from the same plant, through related mechanisms. You can find Centella asiatica as a dried herb for tea, in standardized supplement capsules, or fresh in Asian grocery stores where it is commonly used in salads and juices. The recommended amount is 500 milligrams of standardized extract daily, or 2 teaspoons of dried herb brewed as tea. Pair with piperine from black pepper to increase triterpenoid absorption by up to 300%, and consume it alongside a protein-rich meal so your fibroblasts have the raw amino acid material they need to act on Centella's signal. This is not a fringe finding. This is the plant that meaningfully advances the conversation about aging skin, aging joints, and aging blood vessels all at once. Here is what Dr. Jacob Allen wants to say directly before we close. You did not arrive at this video looking for reasons to give up. You came here because something in you recognizes that the story of your health is not finished. Everything covered today, from the humble red bell pepper to Centella asiatica, is not speculative. It is being applied right now in longevity clinics and research hospitals from Tokyo to Helsinki to Boston. These plants are accessible, affordable, and their mechanisms are documented. The only variable is whether you start. If this video gave you something useful, please leave a comment below with your age and the one part of your body where you feel aging the most. Dr. Jacob Allen reads them. Your responses genuinely shape what comes next on this channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, now is the time, because next week's content builds on exactly what you learned today.